Hello, my amazing people. What do you know about Ireland? Today, a friend is here with me to help you understand Irish culture, history, and a lot. So join me to welcome Mr. Dominic. Mr. Dominic,
Yeah.
please, you're welcome.
How are you, Jerry?
Yeah, I'm fine, brother.
Great.
And how about you?
Yeah, really good today.
Mr. Dominic. All right, so let's start by you helping us to know more about you.
Yeah, so I'm 35 years old. I grew up in Ireland and I moved to China about 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
And your full name?
So my full name is Dominic Armour Brady.
Wow, from Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so can you help us know the geographical location of Ireland?
The whole location of Ireland?
Yes, the geographical location.
So my education, right? So the geographical location. So Ireland is in Europe, right? And it's next to England.
Oh,
It's like the most western point of Europe. Once you go further across Europe to the west now, it's just the sea until you go to like up north to America and different places. There's nothing else on the other side of us to the west. It's just the ocean, and we leave Europe then on that opposite side.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so is Ireland into provinces, states, or regions?
So
Like when you come to China, we have provinces. America, we have states.
yeah.
Ghana, we have regions.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about Ireland?
So Ireland is like provinces as well.
Provinces?
Right? Yeah, they're called
Oh, then
provinces.
it's quite big.
There are 32 cities in the 5 provinces in Ireland, so it's actually a very small country.
Oh.
It would be smaller than Liaoning province here in Shenyang.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a very small country.
Oh, but into provinces.
There are 5.
5 provinces.
Yes.
Oh, so what's your capital city?
So I'm from the capital city, which is Dublin. That's where I am.
Oh, you're from the
grew up.
capital
Yeah,
city.
yeah, that's where I
then
grew
you're a town city boy.
Yeah, city boy.
What is the biggest misconception that people have about Ireland?
Oh, so there are a lot. There are unfortunately a lot. Some are good and some are bad, right? So some of the things, for example, that we would get would be, oh, we just party too much, or because it's related to like Guinness beer and things like that. They think we're not hard workers or something like that. That's quite a misconception. Ireland is quite developing in all different areas like pharmaceutical manufacturing, language, a lot of different development in work-related stuff. That's in a certain way. But then other things as well, old fairy tale stories like about leprechauns or these different mythical things that never existed. Sometimes you'll get tourists coming over looking for real leprechauns or something like that.
Looking for what?
They're called a leprechaun, like a short person with a pot of gold,
Oh,
with the green hat. But they don't exist. They were never true.
They don't exist?
They were never true.
But have you seen some on TikTok? Or it's not true?
Yeah, it's not true, right?
Just fabricated or edited
It's
AI?
like a book. It's like a kid's
AI,
book,
right?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Oh, okay. So let me ask this. What is something uniquely Irish that you think the world should adopt?
So I like the way that we greet each other. And
The way you do what?
greet, like introduce
Oh.
to your friends, not as a new person, more as like close friends, the way we speak to each other. To other people abroad, it might seem a little disrespectful because we're very sarcastic in the way that we speak. What's the story? And you slag your friends, you make fun of your friends when you see them. Hey, don't be stupid like this. Hey, dumbass. Things like that. In other cultures, it might be a little bit frowned upon. But we don't take it as a very big thing to be offended about. We're much more lighthearted. And I think the rest of the world could do it, being a little lighthearted about things, not so serious about everything. I think that's important.
Wow. So I know in Ireland, there are so many festivals and traditions.
Yes.
What is your favorite?
So my favorite festival is Halloween.
Halloween.
Because actually, a lot of people don't know Halloween has its origins in Ireland and in America later. Originally, it started in Ireland. The word Halloween comes from a word called Samhain, which other English speakers often say wrongly as Samhain, but it's actually pronounced Samhain. That word Samhain is the word for November in the Irish language.
November.
Yeah, November, the month. I mean, when is Halloween? It's October 31st, right? So it's the festival to welcome November.
Oh.
A long time ago it started because in Ireland it was very cold coming into November and December, the winter months. And we were originally, and still are, a farming, agricultural
Oh.
based country. Most, like 70% of our country's wealth comes from agriculture, farming, livestock,
Wow.
meat, selling like imported, exported meats and dairy abroad. So for us, it was very important to be able to maintain that, keep that meat produce and milk produce to be sold abroad to build our economy's wealth. And Halloween was a long time ago. The pagans worshipped these different gods to pray for a good winter, and they would build a big fire. Like today we have bonfires on Halloween. That
yeah,
was to pray to
bonfire.
the god, right? To say, please have a good winter. And that's where Halloween originally started. And
Wow.
ghosts were going to come. We're very Catholic religious. They thought maybe ghosts could cross over on Halloween, so they would wear scary masks to not be intimidated by the ghost. If a real ghost came, they would also be a ghost like them, and they wouldn't be attacked by the ghost or something like that. You know, I'm not 100%, but basically,
I really
it's a big
understand.
misconception. Most people don't know that about Halloween, that it comes from Ireland.
Wow. Comes from Ireland.
Yeah, it's originally
This is
from
my
Ireland.
first time hearing this. Okay, so can you give us a unique history about Ireland that probably a lot of people across the world haven't heard before?
Yeah, so there are different kinds of histories for thousands of years of culture. So they're the most important things that happen in our history. We've got traditional folk sort of fairy tale ones that some people believe may have been true and may not. We have people like a man called Cuchulainn who fought for Irish freedom. Kind of like you maybe saw Braveheart. They have William Wallace in Scotland who fought for Scottish freedom. We have this guy Cuchulainn who fought between the clans in Ireland to have a free united Ireland. But there are also some that are not so maybe true. Things about flying horses in the sky. And we're an ancient culture. It's a very old culture from thousands of years ago. So in recent history, the most of the ones people know, maybe the 1916 Rising, about 100 years ago, is when the Irish fought for their freedom from the English, because we were colonized by the English.
Wow.
And for about 800 years, part of England, like controlled by them and so on.
800 years.
800 years.
Wow.
As part of unfortunately, and not to say bad things about England, but bad things happened to the Irish as part of that regime. So after 800 years of being controlled, and that we fought for our freedom, and in 1916 became an independent Ireland.
1916.
Only just over 100 years. Yeah, we've only been a free independent country for about 100 years.
Wow.
So we're very proud of being a country that's moving forward, as I mentioned before, in pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, technology, and the GDP of Ireland is very strong.
So
now.
I was about to go there. So since you started it, I want you to finish it with me. So the tech boom, can you say something about innovation and technologies?
Right. So a lot of the companies, like global marketing companies, like we know Google, Amazon, those kind of places, huge worldwide billion-dollar companies, they've been moving to Ireland, and as well as pharmaceutical companies, billion-dollar companies. Pfizer, who made one of the first coronavirus vaccines, one of the biggest multinational companies in the world, and some of them have moved to Ireland because we have been offering great tax breaks for these national companies. In America and the countries where they're from, they pay about 37.5% corporate tax.
Wow.
Which is huge, right? If you make $1 billion, you give 37.5% of it away to the government, right? But Ireland gave them a tax break all the way down to 12.5%. Huge. It's unheard of. Other countries maybe 25, 30, but we give 12%. So in terms of billions of dollars, they're paying so little. So these companies like Pfizer, Google, Amazon are very happy to come to Ireland. And then we've got skilled workers because of it. We have our Irish workers working in their factories, making a good salary, working in their companies, and then they save billions of dollars by coming over to us. So it's good for us, it's good for the companies. It's maybe not good for the other countries where they're not getting the tax dollars, but it's good for us.
Wow. Okay, so this is personal. What is your favorite Irish food?
There are so many. I guess probably my favorite is a traditional dish called Irish coddle.
Irish?
Coddle.
Coddle.
Yeah, it's a little strange, right? You won't hear it in many places.
Wow.
That's why I choose it today. It's kind of like an Irish stew. A stew, like
Stew.
Right? Boiled potatoes and meat in a pot with soup. But it's a simpler version. Instead of maybe big pieces of beef or something like that, we use ham pieces and sausages. You actually boil full sausages, just throw them directly in. Potatoes, carrots, sausages, ham pieces, usually an onion, one onion boiled in to go into the soup, and just with water. There are two versions. One is a white coddle, where we make it just with white water on top of all the meats and vegetables, and it boils its own kind of soup. And another is a dark coddle, where as well as all of that, we will add a sort of packet soup. You know, the powder kind of soup, where you just add hot water at home in a cup. We add one or two of those in to make it like that dark, meaty flavor as well. Very delicious. Usually we eat it with some brown bread and butter. Just you have this big bowl of soup, meat, vegetables in there, and just lop it up with the bread. It's really good. Easy to make, delicious.
Wow, that's great. Okay, so what are some must-try dishes or snacks in Ireland?
Oh, so Irish people really like biscuits. Like
Biscuits?
Yeah, like what we were saying in England, tea and biscuits, Ireland, tea and biscuits. We have a cup of tea and you dip the biscuit in. With all different kinds of chocolate biscuits, digestive biscuits. Everybody can buy them all over the world, but it's a big part of our culture. Sort of tea and biscuit after your dinner.
Tea and biscuit.
Yeah. A lot of people maybe have an ice cream after dinner or apple pie or cake in another country, but we have tea and biscuits quite often.
Wow. Okay, so what is your favorite Irish slang word or phrase?
Oh, so there are so many. There are amazing words to describe people in different situations. Unreal, right? That's unreal means that's great. Unreal, just like it's unrealistic, but it's so unreal. It means you're surprised. So if somebody did something great, a performance, that's unreal, and we add some feeling to it.
Oh, like emotions.
Yeah, or some emotion, you know. Usually it's for a positive kind of thing. There are so many. That's unreal. We also have some ones that aren't so great. For talking about a person, I like them too, you know. To look haggard might mean to look tired, or oh, that person looks haggard. Maybe you stayed out last night, you partied, and you come to, oh, I was so tired, or this. You look a little haggard today. Like the weather makes you feel haggard. Makes you feel tired.
I've heard of crack.
Crack.
What's the meaning?
So that's a very interesting one. Because it has
I think
another meaning.
that one is popular, right? Crack.
The reason that got popular, we have a slang word called "what's the crack."
What's the crack?
Yeah. So what's the crack means like what's up, what's going on, how's it going, right? You might say that to your friends when you just meet them. Your friends are sitting at a table. You come over, what's the crack, guys? What are you guys up to? Now in America, crack has another meaning, right? So it's related to drugs, different things, bad things. So when Americans often come over to Ireland, they're like, crack. You're really talking about that? But it doesn't have that meaning. It just means what's going on, what's fun. We could even say, that's good crack.
That what?
That is good crack.
That is good crack.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that means that's good fun, because crack just relates to fun.
Fun.
Oh, come, you're going to come to the party? No, I don't want to. Come on. It's going to be great crack.
Great crack.
It's going to be a great time, right? So, you should come on. It's going to be great crack. Like that, you know?
That's great. Okay, so what are some of the hidden gems in Ireland?
Wow.
Tourist site.
So the famous tourist sites might be Dublin Castle or the Cliffs of Moher. The Cliffs of Moher are really beautiful. They're big cliffs up by the ocean sea on the west coast of Ireland, and the waves often crash right against these huge tall cliffs, which are hundreds of feet tall and are amazing. And
hundreds of feet.
100 feet tall, and they go way across a long way for a couple of kilometers. Now they're great, but that's very popular. So as a more hidden gem, something that people might not know about, I personally like a place called Kilmainham Gael.
Come again?
It's called Kilmainham. Kilmainham.
Kilmainham.
Yeah, it's the name. Gael. It's like an Irish word called Gael. Gael, like G and then the word whale. Gael.
Okay.
That's an old prison originally. It used to be a prison about 100 or more years ago. I'm not sure 100% about how old, but it was an old prison where they kept prisoners before, and inside there's a jail there. Jail and Gael, right? They're similar sounding. You can go in and see the old prison there from hundreds of years ago, but later they turned, there's a big hospital there, an old hospital which is also closed down. It was an old hospital before, and they have a helipad there. The helicopter comes and flies right onto the roof of the hospital, and there's a museum. It's turned into a museum now. So there's
Museum?
a museum. It's like a museum with an old hospital and an old jail there. So people buy the tickets to go in, see what the hospital was like 100 years ago, see what the old jail was like 100 years ago.
Wow.
But in the area, they have kind of beautiful grounds, which is like a big garden. And did you ever see sort of Alice in Wonderland, the movie? They have the garden and they get lost in the maze.
Oh.
They have a big maze like that, bushes here and bushes there. You go in, hey, where am I? It's very beautiful, lots of flowers and things. So the big garden down the bottom, and then the hospital and the prison kind of up at the top. It's really cool. I like that area, and you could spend a whole day there. It's a really great place.
Oh, okay, so let me ask this: what is your official language? So because you were colonized by England.
Yeah.
So it's English, right?
Yeah. So then,
aside English, do you have some native or ethnic languages?
Yes.
Dialects?
Yeah. So English, we've been speaking that for over 100 years. I mean, I'm a little not too sure about how long exactly, because we became free 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago, and we've been speaking English since then. But it could have been any time in the last 800 years. Sure. It's hard to say exactly when the Irish was mostly lost. But we do have the Irish language. It's just called Irish.
How is it called?
So the Irish language, for English speakers, you would say, speak Irish, right? But the actual word in Irish, if you say it, is called Gaeilge.
Gaeilge.
Gaeilge means
Gaeilge.
Irish language in Irish.
Oh.
There's also a misconception about that called people often mix up Gaeilge and Gaelic. Gaelic is a sport that we play, which is like football, like soccer, except you can use your hands, pick up the ball and kick it too.
Oh.
And people often say, do you speak, it's a problem that foreigners often say, do you speak Gaelic? Excuse me, Gaelic is a sport.
Oh, yeah.
I don't speak
so
it.
I want you to clarify that.
Yeah.
So Gaelic is a what?
Gaelic is a sport.
Sport.
And then Gaeilge is a language.
It's the language
of Irish, yes. Often people say, do you speak Gaelic? Nobody speaks Gaelic. It's not a language. It's a sport. I don't speak basketball or football, right?
Or football.
so it's quite good. But I do actually speak Irish. Not many people do. Less than 30% of the country kind of speak it now. It's taught in schools, but not very well. And then youngsters, maybe 18 years or younger, before they finish high school, can speak a little. But about 30% of our schools are Irish-speaking schools. They can speak it. And the other 60% of the country in school don't even speak it. And the 30% in school who learn it, 10 years later, they start to forget. Like I've been out of high school for many years now. And every day I forget another word. My Irish is getting less and less. But I speak still. I still can have a basic conversation.
Oh, okay, so in Ireland, you also have tribes or ethnic groups?
Not really. No.
Really?
I wouldn't say we have what you call tribes.
Like when you come to China, we have the Manzu.
Yeah.
We have the people of Guangzhou. You get it? Yeah, in Africa, the same. This is my first time hearing this.
Not really tribes. I mean, we're a very multicultural country. Especially in Dublin, right? It's the capital city. There'll be people from different countries there. Sort of like America has third generation people. There'll be Americans now whose grandparents were Mexican or grandparents were Chinese, American born Chinese or Mexican, so on. We might have like that. You might have some, we have Indian, Pakistani, Russian, but they're all different countries, Africa, all different places, right? Mostly maybe third generation. We maybe have third generation Pakistani or Indian, but I wouldn't say about tribes.
So if you could sum up Ireland in one word, what word will it be?
Special.
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 The word special.
Special. It's really special.
Ireland is special.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing you've ever seen like and I didn't mention it before, but the reason is just the people. We have our own problems. There's economic problems and housing problems and different things. Everywhere has its own different
in America,
social, cultural problems everywhere, right? But the people are just fantastic. A lot of the people are so great. Just welcoming, and even if people have similar problems, they share their problems and make it a thing that we're in the same kind of boat. We're all experiencing this together. There's not as much, let's say, jealousy or different things. It's not you have more than me and I have more than you. There's not a lot of that. It's more people of the similar, and they get together and become quite social. It's a very social place, And that's why I think it makes it special, very welcoming.
Then I need to visit Ireland.
Yeah, you should one day.
Sure. One day I'll go there. Your final words.
I mentioned that Ireland is special. I was just talking about that now, the people being so welcoming. And another thing is that I've noticed since I've been living outside of Ireland for 8 years now, and I travel quite a lot around Asia and different places. I've seen these other beautiful places, but Ireland's climate, although it's cold and raining, and when I was there, I might have complained that it rains too much and so on, it's very beautiful.
Wow.
All the rain that we get all the time, it makes some of the greenest parks. Our conversation of natural environment is very well kept. Our pollution is very low. The government controls a lot of unhealthy things, like the foods we eat are quite healthy. There's a lot of control on that. So it just in terms of a country, it's very well kept. It's beautiful when you go there. You see amazing scenery. There's not just huge buildings everywhere and everywhere. We preserve our mountains and rivers and lakes and things like that.
Wow.
As I mentioned, only 5 cities have big development in them. Where can you go where there's the other 27 cities are mostly farms, fields, lakes, rivers? It's for a country that has a lot of wealth. It's not that we don't have the money to do it. It's that we don't want to. We want to preserve. We pay attention to preserving these natural things because not everything's about money. These things are more valuable to the Irish people than expansion of wealth or so on and so on. We want to keep those rivers. We want to keep those cultural sites from thousands of years ago in good conditions. And we have been doing that for more than 100 years now.
More than 100 years now.
Yeah,
I wish most of African countries can learn this from you or can learn this from Ireland. Wow, that's great. So, Brother Dominic, thank you so much for honoring my invitation.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate you. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome, Jerry. That's all right, mate.
All right, so viewers, thank you so much for watching us. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. El Jeridan on YouTube. Okay, bye-bye.